Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel for another video. So, you clicked this video because you want to know about the big hitters in photography. You know, those legends who gave us some of the most recognizable photos in history. I'm talking Ansel Adams, Steve McCurry, Annie Leibovitz, Richard Avedon, and Vivian Maier. And just when you thought it couldn't get any better, I got a bonus photographer for you. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Okay, so it's impossible to do a video like this and not mention Ansel Adams, the OG landscape photographer. I mean, this guy made Yosemite so beautiful, it probably started charging admission just for existing. Now, if you don't know Moonrise Hernandez, New Mexico, just stop. What are you even doing with your life? Look at this. Moonrise is the defining black and white landscape shot. The moon is rising over a small village, the clouds are glowing with dramatic light, and the exposure, mwah, chef's kiss. Adams didn't have a light meter. He eyeballed the whole thing. Just an absolute legend. And then there's Clearing Winter Storm, Yosemite National Park. This photo practically screams, nature is powerful, and I'm just this tiny speck in the world. The mood, the lighting, the drama, it'll make you feel like quitting your 9 to 5 and just living in a van surrounded by nature. Adams was the original wizard of light. Don't even get me started on the zone system. That's how he turned exposure into a science. Imagine lugging a 40-pound camera up a mountain and knowing exactly how the light is gonna hit. Yeah, I can barely lift my coffee cup without spilling it. But Ansel, he was making history. Next up, Steve McCurry. This guy, he's everywhere. And by everywhere, I mean his work has probably been hanging on the wall in your dentist office. You know the one. This is the Afghan girl. This photo is basically the Mona Lisa of photography. The intensity in her eyes, green, piercing, full of stories that we'll never understand. It just makes you stop dead in your tracks. Steve was at a refugee camp in Pakistan when he met her. He never knew that she would become the face of National Geographic. He was just doing his thing, capturing life. But damn, if you could ever say nailed it, it was Steve McCurry that actually nailed it. Then there's Dust Storm. You want to talk about drama? This shot has it all. Women wrapped in colorful saris, their faces almost swallowed by a sandstorm in the desert. Steve McCurry didn't just capture a moment. He made you feel like you were there, squinting in the grit and wondering if the storm was going to swallow you whole. McCurry is the king of human connection. Every photo is an emotion, an untold story, and honestly, a masterclass in capturing raw humanity. Okay, so now moving on to Annie Leibovitz, the queen of celebrity photography. She's made a career out of turning ordinary people into legends. And I'm not talking about your influencer friend with a ring light. I'm talking real icons. One of her most famous portraits, the 1980 shot of John Lennon and Yoko Ono. Lennon's naked, curled around Yoko, who's fully clothed. It's intimate, it's raw, and wait for it, it was taken just hours before Lennon died. The vulnerability captured in that moment, heartbreaking, but brilliant. And you've probably seen Demi Moore pregnant. This Vanity Fair cover pretty much invented the modern maternity photo shoot trend. Now, every celebrity mom and influencer wants to be artistic while showing off their baby bump. But back then, Annie broke the internet, before the internet was even a thing. Seriously, you have to give credit where it's due here. Now, on to one of my all-time favorite portrait photographers, Richard Avedon. This guy. He made simple look extraordinary. I mean, how do you take someone like Marilyn Monroe, okay, who was already a walking and talking piece of art, according to a lot of people, and make her look even more iconic? Well, Avedon figured it out. His 1957 portrait of Marilyn isn't the sexy bombshell that we all know. Instead, it's a quieter, more reflective version of her. She's sitting, looking introspective. Avedon captured her in a way no one else could. And the best part? He didn't need a flashy background or a set, just her, him, and the pure magic of his lens. And let's not forget the American West. That's Avedon's portrait series of ordinary people and it's downright uncomfortable in the best way possible. He stripped away all the glamour and showed us the human condition. We've got coal miners, drifters, and workers of all kinds. They all look tired, worn, and real, but somehow they all became iconic under Avedon's gaze. Now on to Vivian Maier, the mystery woman, the nanny, who secretly became one of the greatest street photographers of all time. And nobody even knew it until after she was gone. One of her most famous shots is called Self-Portrait in a Store Window. It's a reflective, mysterious moment where Vivian literally captures herself, but not in the look at me kind of way, but in a quiet, almost existential way. It's like she's there, but also not. Pure magic in the most subtle way. But it's her street photos that really show what Vivian was all about. She captured life on the streets of Chicago with a rawness and honesty that was unmatched. Her shot of a crying child while his nanny looks completely uninterested, yeah, that's Vivian Maier. Savage, real, and unflinching in her portrayal of humanity. Okay, so here's the bonus photographer that you didn't know that you needed, and probably the photographer that I relate the most to. She was known as the weird photographer, and of course I'm talking about Diane Arbus. Now, if Vivian Maier captured life in a subtle, under the radar way, Diane Arbus was in your face, making you feel uncomfortable. She photographed outsiders, oddballs, and those living on the fringes of society. Take Identical Twins. This is one of Diane's most iconic shots. Two identical girls standing stiffly, staring blankly at the camera. It's unsettling, it's eerie, and it leaves you asking, what's their story? That's the power of Diane's work. She didn't just capture people, she captured the human experience in all of its complexities and weirdness. Then there's a young man in curlers. It's just a guy in curlers, but it's so much more. Diane's portraits are raw, vulnerable, and yes, a little off-putting, but that's why they're so powerful. She didn't shy away from the unconventional. She embraced it. She made the other feel seen, and in doing so, forced us to confront our own biases. So there you have it. 6 photographers, 6 legacies, and a stack of iconic photos that will live forever. Whether it's Ansel's perfect light, Steve's unspoken emotions, Annie's stage drama, Richard's minimal genius, Vivian's raw street moments, or Diane's unsettling portraits. These legends gave us more than photos. They gave us stories. So let me know which of these are your favorite. Let me know down in the comments, or let me know if you think I overlooked a specific photographer. I'm curious on your thoughts. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this video. Remember to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and click the bell to see future videos. Also, visit my website, jeff-gresham.com, to pick up my Lightroom preset pack featuring 13 presets that I designed and use for all of my photo projects. And until the next one, get out and shoot. You may capture something they'll be talking about in 80 years. I'll catch you in the next video.